Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift, the hidden gem that saved the franchise's soul. Buckle up. In a universe where cars parachute from planes and might race on Mars by Fast 14, Tokyo Drift slides in, quiet but sharp, stealing the spotlight with a wink. Here's the kicker. This third chapter, often parked mid-tier in fan rankings, isn't just a gearhead flick. It's the quiet masterpiece where the Fast franchise found its style, rhythm, and philosophy. An honest story of culture, growth, and finding your place in a world without a roadmap, wrapped in the roar of drift cars and Tokyo's pulse. When you think Fast and Furious, your mind probably races to Dom's gravelly family sermons or cars defying gravity like they're auditioning for a Marvel blockbuster. Tokyo Drift? It's the dark horse that slipped in, rewired the franchise's heart, and peeled out before anyone caught on. Unlike later films, ballooned into CGI spectacles of tanks and space stunts, this one keeps its tires on the pavement. It's not chasing explosions, it's chasing meaning in every slide. It dared to be intimate in a genre obsessed with going bigger, delivering raw honesty that ex-polls still call the franchise's hidden gem. Box Office Mojo reports it earned $158 million on an $85 million budget, modest next to billion-dollar sequels. But that's the magic. Its restraint fuels the story, not CGI chaos from a Hollywood thrill chaser. A hero outside the mold. Forget the fast-cruised, chiseled, physics-defying squad. Meet Sean Boswell, raw, awkward, realer than a beat-up muscle car in a small-town garage. Like Tokyo Drift itself, he's no crowd-pleaser. Fans roasted Lucas Black for looking stuck in high school since flip phones were cutting-edge. He was 23, and Reddit jabs lit up about him flunking prom twice. Critics panned his casting, saying he lacked charisma to lead. But that's the point. Sean's an outsider, a misfit out of place in rural America, high school cliques, or Tokyo's drift scene. That charged city? It's his crucible and home. His Alabama drawl, squinting gaze, and naive grit make him a parody of the Hollywood hero, and that's his strength. He's not cool. He's not Dom Toretto, tossing physics like junk mail. Sean crashes, learns, claws his way up. In a franchise of alpha dudes treating gravity like a suggestion, he's a kid eating asphalt. He's not born a legend. He earns it through wipeouts. Sound familiar? That's how most of us navigate life, stumbling, learning, maybe nailing one killer drift. Lucas Black admitted he felt out of place on set, and that raw unease is Sean, a small-town kid lost in Tokyo's electric maze, chasing his place with honest grit. Sean's no chosen one. He's the rookie we root for. He fumbles, gets schooled by locals, talks like he just left a dive bar, not a superhero script read. His clumsy stabs at Tokyo's drift culture, awkward chats, early drifts ending in sparks and shame, a love letter to growing up, to every time we've been the odd one out. In a genre where heroes strut in with answers, Sean's journey mirrors ours. Messy, real, chasing that moment it clicks. Ever felt like you didn't belong? That's Sean, and that's why his story hits home. Drifting, the art of controlled chaos. The first two Fast films were raw speed, pedal to the metal, no rearview mirror. Tokyo Drift? It takes a sharp turn. Literally, this isn't horsepower. It's finesse, control, the poetry of a slide. Drifting's not just a stunt. It's a philosophy, an honest dance with chaos that defies straight paths, echoing Wabi Sabi's beauty and imperfection, like Initial D's Takumi mastering Mount Akina to become a legend. Forget CGI races that look like video game demos. This film went old school. Real drift cars, real crashes, channeling the raw energy of Initial D, the anime that put drifting on the map. Lucas Black trained with pro drifter Reese Millen, who nailed the wildest stunts. The crew smashed over 100 cars to capture drifting's gritty edge, lost in later Fast flicks digital gloss. Sure, some shots needed effects, but most? Pure, tire-shredding stunt work that hits like a nitrous shot. Jalopnik noted in 2016 that Tokyo Drift sparked a global drift culture boom, fueling Formula Drift. This wasn't just a movie, it reshaped car culture. The defining moment? The final mountain duel between Sean and DK, the Drift King. It's not just a race, it's Sean's arc burning rubber. Every slide challenges Tokyo's unforgiving streets. Every turn proves he belongs. It's tension, stakes, and the moment Sean claims the Drift King title. This is where Tokyo Drift becomes art, a visual poem, every frame a brushstroke on a canvas. That scene's cinematic poetry. Cinematographer Stephen F. Wyndon's camera flows over the winding pass, catching every squeal and smoke plume like battle scars. It's not two drivers racing. It's a clash of worlds, scrappy outsider versus Tokyo's street royalty. Compare that to later Fast films, where cars might as well be CGI spaceships. Tokyo Drift treats the car as the driver's heart, not a digital prop. Wyndon, a mission, impossible veteran, uses sweeping angles and long takes to put you in the driver's seat. No chaotic jump cuts. Every frame's as deliberate as a drift line. This isn't just action. It's a visual story of control, freedom, and finding your path with honest precision. Han, the heart of the story. The true soul of Tokyo Drift is Han. No surprise, he was the first they brought back in later films. Han's not just a mentor. He's the quiet observer who sees potential in Sean when Sean can't. Unlike the franchise's loudmouths, Han doesn't posture or preach. He just is cooler than a vintage Mustang on a summer night. His philosophy? Live slow, cherish the moment, keep your crew tight, an honest way to navigate chaos. Sung Kang said he drew from samurai film heroes, blending relaxed charisma with quiet strength that's seen the world's rough edges. When Han's taken out, it's not a plot twist, it's a gut-wrenching loss. Sean doesn't just lose a mentor, he loses his guiding light. That's why the final race isn't revenge, it's a tribute, an honest act to honor the guy who gave him a shot. Let's pause on Han. In a franchise that shouts family like a marketing slogan, Han lives it. He doesn't lecture, he protects. He doesn't demand loyalty, he earns it effortlessly. When he hands Sean the keys to his Mazda RX-7, it's not just a car, it's a legacy passed like a torch. Kang shared on a podcast that many of Han's lines were improv, which explains why his understated charm hooks you like a perfectly timed gear shift. He's not delivering Dom's overbaked family speeches. He's the guy offering a snack and a second chance, showing loyalty without a word. Ever had someone believe in you when you didn't? That's Han, and that's why he's unforgettable. Japan, a culture of depth and challenge. Filming in Japan? No Sunday drive. The crew went guerrilla, snagging shots without permits, racing to capture chases before Tokyo's cops shut them down. Justin Lin's team navigated Japan's strict rules, shooting Shibuya's chaos like indie filmmakers dodging traffic to catch the city's electric pulse. Lin didn't just bring style. He channeled wabi-sabi's understated elegance, finding beauty in the fleeting, the imperfect. Japan isn't an exotic backdrop. It's a living rhythm, an honest reflection of a different way of life. Tokyo's more than a setting. It's a force, a vibrant challenge testing Sean's resolve. Its streets and tangled alleys mirror his confusion, pushing him to earn his place in a city that doesn't care. Lin called Tokyo a beautiful but daunting puzzle, and he nails it for Sean and for us. This is a city that demands you prove yourself, and Sean's journey is all the more honest for it. The studio was floundering. Dom was gone. Brian was a memory. What next? Justin Lin didn't just keep the engine running. He turned Tokyo Drift into a soulful racer with arthouse flair. As a son of immigrants, caught between cultures and languages, Lin knew the sting of not belonging. Tokyo Drift is his ode to outsiders, a kid in over his head in a city not his own, in a world that doesn't notice. It's an honest salute to the lost, wrapped in tire smoke. No wonder it's a cult classic, franchise's hidden gem, praising its raw, authentic energy over the polished excess of later Fast films. Music that sets the pace. The Tokyo Drift soundtrack isn't background noise, it's the pulse. A cultural bridge between East and West, blending Teriyaki Boyz, DJ Shadow, Nerd, and Brian Tyler, who later defined the Marvel soundscape with Iron Man 3 and Avengers: Age of Ultron. This score doesn't just play, it leads much like the synth-driven heart of Drive or the pulsating grit of Tron: Legacy. Tyler told Soundtrack World in 2017 he crafted it like a pulse, syncing every beat to a drift's rhythm. Japanese hip-hop collides with Western rhythms, amplifying the culture clash. It's not just a vibe, it puts you behind the wheel, sliding through Tokyo with your heart racing to the bass. The scene with 6 Days by DJ Shadow and Mos Def, it's not a mood, it's Sean's coming of age, set to a beat that hits like a nitrous burst, echoing how Drive uses Night Call to define its hero's journey. Ever felt a song carry you through a moment? That's this soundtrack, the honest heartbeat of the film. The finish line, A rebirth, not a victory lap. No dom the entire film, until the final seconds. Vin Diesel's cameo isn't a flex. It's the franchise hitting reset with a sly, street-smart wink. It's like the Saga leans in and says, "New story, same heart." Diesel told IGN he traded that cameo for Riddick rights. Proof Dom's not just preaching family. He's outsmarting Universal like a street racer, slipping a deal past a rival crew with a smirk. That glance from him, it's a torch passed, a nod that the fast engine's still roaring with honest grit. This finale doesn't save the planet, it saves Sean, and that's braver than any submarine chase. Sure, there's a plot hole. How are people streaming the mountain race on their phones? Gotta be some Tokyo tech wizard with a side hustle in illegal live streams, right? But that glitch fades against the scene's emotional horsepower. Tokyo Drift wins with sincerity and style, not perfection. So here's the truth. Tokyo Drift might not top every fan's list, but it's the franchise's most honest ride. It's about one kid finding himself in a city that doesn't care. A story told not with bombast, but with the quiet precision of a drift line. This wasn't a spin-off. It was a redefinition. It's not loud, but true. Not preachy, but stylish as hell. A film that gets better every rewatch, like a classic car you didn't appreciate until it's gone. It's a cinematic poem proving action can have a soul. That speed can carry meaning. If you've been sleeping on it, fire up Tokyo Drift and feel the fast and furious soul burn. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, drop a comment. Is Tokyo Drift the true heart of the franchise?